when I got introduced to VEO about a month or so ago and started playing around with it, I realized that there's no structure, there's no system, there's no patterns. Much like we find in Google Ads, we find patterns in the data and we start to leverage that. There's got to be patterns here, and so I started off there and I said, okay, I'm going to create something and create some training that can be mutually beneficial to us all. Because sitting at my desk and doing it and then saying, oh, that's cool. What do I do? Well, I think collectively learning from others and learning together will be great for us all. And I created this new domain, aimadman.com. It'll be a YouTube channel, probably training, share it with others. We'll see where that goes, but that's sort of a side project to go after. Okay. If you've not done so already, go to this Gemini Google subscriptions. And this is where you'll find the different products that they have. So they've got the free version. It doesn't give you much. It gives you 100 credits, and each video generation is 10 credits. So you're going to burn through that in an hour or less. I'll go through 300 to 500 credits per day easily, if not more. If you're looking to just dip your toe in the water and kind of see what's out there, the AI Pro is free right now, and then I recommend the AI Ultra. And it's got everything from the best latest Gemini app, 25,000 monthly credits, which is a ton. I've burned through maybe 20,000 or 5,000 credits. And I do this in between my Google ads because, as you'll see, if you haven't done so already, the thinking that it goes through when you hit submit, and then it's kind of sitting there maybe a minute or two, and you're like, oh God, I want to watch paint dry. So what I find is to sort of shift it over, do something else, come back, take a look at it. So it's a little multitasking at the end of the day. We'll go through each of these: flow, whisk, search. Jules is something new. I haven't seen that one before. Some of these other things a little bit deeper, but that's sort of the gist of what that's all about. And so what's the goal of this workshop here, right? So it was to learn how to create AI ads, right? Because I think this tool can be done for anything. You can do movies, you can do TikTok videos. You see, a lot of that going on. Majority of TikTok now seems to be AI ad and AI content related. And it's also fun. I'll show you some stuff that I've done for friends just kind of goofing around, but it kind of helps me get better in learning how to prompt. Because again, if you haven't tried it out yet, you'll see people talking to the side or somebody walking into the room or a hand coming out into a location. And so that's the goal of this workshop, not only this one, but also future ones moving forward. The VEO 3.1, again, 3.0 was about 6 months or so ago when I first saw it. Gemini is scaring the crap out of ChatGPT right now. ChatGPT is realizing how far Google is ahead because guess what? They've got all the data, they've got all the keywords, they've got all the money. So Gemini's super powerful, and we've obviously been working with Google for many years, and so I'm a huge Google fan and will continue to be. But ChatGPT is going to try and become the marketing spin, be the Kleenex of AI. We'll see if that works or not. Flow is where the videos are created. And there's a number of different ways to go about doing it. I know Rochelle's taken the class that I found on Udemy. It was the only class I can find related to how do you do this thing? What's sort of some information? And if you've had a chance, or I'd recommend if you're interested in getting into it, that's kind of a first step because it gives you some basic. I don't know, Rochelle, maybe it took an hour or two to go through all the lessons pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was a couple of hours. It was really informative, and it really goes into detail about other videos that they've already created and how to mimic them. Yep. And also just like how to create your own. It's really informative.
Totally. Nano Banana, you'll hear that name thrown around a lot. If you haven't already, that's the image creation module, if you will, with Google. How they came up with Nano Banana, I saw a clip on it once, but it used to be called like Image GX 3.5 or something weird, and someone came up with Nano Banana. But that's sort of the underlying how these images are created, and I use it a lot for creating logos. I created everything you see here. I created through AI. These slides, the logo for aimadmin.com are all done through Flow, but also again, Nano Banana is the key component of that. Whisk is something I haven't played around with a lot, but from what I learned through the Udemy video, utilizing the combination of Whisk and Gemini to help you develop the prompts, right? Because you may or may not be a super creative person, but it's really hard to think like, oh, I got to think of a creative ad. Well, Gemini will help you create the storyboard and infrastructure of possible ideas. Whisk will also, if you upload images to it, it'll give you the prompts related to what that image is all about. Right, so then you can utilize that information. Because again, what I'm thinking is the prompting information is going to be key, especially early on here. Obviously, again, the AI is going to get better and better over the years as it starts to learn and learn more. But early on, these prompts, again, and it's a large language model, LLM, if you hear that term thrown around. It's also generative AI, right? So generative AI means I type it into my keyboard and then it spits back something to me. Versus agent AI, which is a totally different thing, whereas they're creating agents to start to think and feel and all these other crazy things. So we'll see what goes there. But for right now, we're working in generative AI with these. So Whisk is a tool within this whole tool set in VEO 3. And then Pomeli is something, again, I haven't delved into it. It's a lot for social media, we see. You can just put in a URL and it'll spit out a lot of different imagery and things you can utilize. So it'd be interesting to see if that product hangs around or not. But those sort of the initial product sets here. So what's the goal of this workshop also is, as I mentioned before, I want to engage with a community of like-minded individuals and kindred spirits like yourselves, because collectively, I think we can figure this thing out.
I have a thought question.
Go ahead, Michael.
So what, as far as selling it to advertisers, what are you looking for, as far as a product to deliver to them?
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about that here real quickly, and it kind of dovetails in the next slide real nicely. Thanks. So the last one here is, what's the goal of this, is to foster mutually beneficial business opportunities. I think that AI is scary, and it's also exciting at the same time, right? People are freaking out about losing their jobs, and then at the same time, it's a pencil or it's a computer. It's a tool at your disposal that we can all use and really become much more productive and efficient. I know I'm using Gemini more and more and more just to do simple tasks like sorting lists and creating analysis of data and things that, we just take us hours to write when clients wanted fluff, right? They want some information about what's this mean. And so it's really, leveraging that. So to your point around, or question around, what are you be able to do is creating these ads. And I'll talk a little bit more about the business opportunities in a bit, but it's 30 and 15 and 60-second videos that we can then bundle with Google ads and programmatic ads. Because I think there's a missed opportunity that people aren't taking advantage of just yet.